Kim con chặn cho em đi con. Rồi.
Quay kiểu này để up lên YouTube chơi. Biết được, nhớ được.
Em lấy này cũng được.
Nhớ được mình đã đi đâu.
In 3/4 of a mile, take exit 76 for California 18 Waterman Avenue.
Dạ.
Sát luôn rồi. Nearly mountain.
Trên này mua vé là đi lên Santa Village cũng trên này.
Sky Park.
Sky Park Santa Village.
Sát cái núi luôn rồi. Sát nhất luôn rồi.
Vô núi luôn rồi chứ sát luôn rồi.
Vô núi luôn. San nó kìa, San nó đâu.
San Bernardino National Forest.
What is this? What is this? What is this? That's the switch body. It's the switch body. It's not a thing.
Kìa, còng dữ không?
Cái này giống đi đường đèo Đà Lạt.
Còng dữ không? Mà người ta làm cái độ an toàn nó kia hơn.
Không được. Không được. Tiền quá.
Chị Kim có ý, chị Kim rất là thích cái kia.
Cái Kim là thích về nhiếp ảnh quay phim rồi hả?
Thích
Chơi Kim, không có chữ Kim nha con.
I thought it was Sister Kim.
Mr. Kim nó nói Kim là Mr. Kim.
Mr. Kim.
No, I said sister. Can't you hear me?
Sister. Wow, mình vô đường đèo rồi nè. Cái này đường nhỏ xíu luôn nè.
Why not Kim? Why not Kim?
Nó hỏi tại sao không được kêu tên Kim rồi kìa.
Vì khao trái kim lớn hơn con, phải kêu trái kim con.
because she older than you.
Oh, hold your Bible. We're already here.
Wow.
Chụp đại 1.000 bức đi. Ooh, this is a scary one. Everybody hold your Bible. Hold your Bible. We're here at the bridge.
I see.
Wow.
Read your Bible. Guys, read your Bible. Read your Bible. If you don't, you will die. Why not? Không phải ngọc. Look at that one. That one got crowd.
Wow, chạy mô tô nữa. Chạy mô tô nữa kia.
Read it.
Wow.
Quá đẹp luôn.
Lần đầu tiên lên đây luôn á em ha.
Quá hùng vĩ.
Lần đầu tiên.
Quá hùng vĩ.
Lần đầu tiên mới lên. Ở đây nó sợ đá rớt nè ha.
Đúng rồi.
Làm lưới nè.
Oh my god.
Quá hùng vĩ.
Wow, cái này là chính giữa bên núi đó, hai bên vách này nè.
Nó sẽ làm đôi.
Sẽ làm đôi đó. Wow, coi đá kìa. Nhìn đá kìa, so với look at the stone. Oh my god, giống trong phim luôn.
Nhìn đâu cũng thấy đó.
Nè con phải đi trải nghiệm cái này nè, thì thấy nó mới đẹp.
Con chụp qua mà nó bị nhòa hoài đó.
Con quay phim đi, con quay phim.
Biết sao không Kim, tại đang chạy xe đó, không có đứng lại đó chụp cho nên nó nhẹ đó con, hiểu không?
Con chụp lại.
Quá hay ha.
Cái này là em chỉ dám chạy là ban ngày thôi chứ ban đêm là không dám
Không,
chạy.
ban đêm không chạy được đâu.
Đàn cá rồi kia nữa, ban đêm là nguy hiểm.
Máy nó bị lỗi hoài.
Wow. Trời ơi cục đá kìa.
Ban ngày mới chạy được thôi chứ này ban đêm chạy không được đâu.
Đúng rồi, khó
Con
chạy.
ngồi đó, con ngồi đổ xuống cái dạ luôn quá.
Ừ. Wow, trời. Quá đẹp. Rồi, go.
Lên này mình mới thấy cái núi nó bự. Cố.
Cũng nhiều đường quá không?
À,
Cũng nhiều. Những núi đá.
chứ không phải là nó bị cái núi đất kia. High school, wow. Bự quá luôn á.
Cánh cái móng tay đi ông ơi, đây không hợp cho lắm. Dạ vâng ạ.
What is that 7-Eleven? That look funny. Oh, Lake Arrowhead.
Violet
Lake Arrowhead Village.
Village.
Come on, let's go into 99. Let's take
What do you mean 99?
Kìa lá phong kìa, hết đỏ rồi, cam rồi.
Look at the beer.
Wow.
Sophia, what do you mean 99?
99.
Sheriff cảnh sát
In the
trước đây
forest.
mà.
In the forest.
Nhưng mà giải thích cho thấy sim là cái gì?
99 đen trăm rệt.
Là cái gì? Ai mà không hiểu kìa. À,
Hey, ask us.
Wow.
Oh, Olivia.
The homeless man went to collect trash.
What? This is not a lake. This is the Bank of America.
Wow, lát kìa đó hồ kìa.
ôi hồ nước ngọt, hồ nước ngọt.
Có băng America đây luôn.
Wait, guys,
Qua
is
cái
it
nét
the
đẹp quá
lake
không?
that we used to fish? Is that for 99 nights?
Kiếm cho đậu xe.
99. This is 99 from kids. This is 99 nights but modded. Bro, you can
Lần
get
đầu
the
tiên
big.
tới đây.
Lần đầu tiên tới.
You can get the food.
Có ngân hàng, có nhà băng đầy đủ rồi.
99 you.
Kiếm chỗ đậu xe.
99
Wow,
you.
wow.
99.
Chắc là sao mình chở mình đi chơi gì kìa.
Mua vé tàu chạy vòng hồ cũng được nữa.
Ok, vậy mình mua vé đây.
Để kiếm chỗ đậu xe cái đó. Hình như hơi bị căng.
Oh McDonald's.
Người ta nghe
No. Yes, McDonald's. Give me a.
Người ta nghẹt hết rồi.
There's ever be
Cái này đông quá mà.
Oh, the 99.
Đẹp ha, giống châu Âu ha.
Y chang châu Âu luôn.
Lên thấy
This
đẹp
is
liền.
99 nights, but it's modern. Bro, you can. Bro, why is everybody?
Gót điện thoại bay xuống là hư điện thoại. Rồi. Gót xuống là hư cái điện thoại ra đó. Đi vô sát vô.
You too.
Ôi, nó xè hai cánh luôn kìa.
Con đó nó bị gì á chứ làm gì nó xè. Đúng không?
Ừ.
Oh my gosh. Con này đẹp nè.
Lên tới đây có một lần nha cha.
Coi cái lá kìa, đẹp lắm á, cảnh đẹp lắm.
Có một lần lên tới đây đi mẹ đi.
Cái gì kêu bằng cái gì quên là chỗ này.
Lake Arrowhead.
Lake Arrowhead.
Oh, Olivia, did that?
Về đi, về mẹ đi.
No, ngôi sao.
Ngôi sao, ngôi sao làm.
Ngôi sao làm sao?
Phải đứng nghe.
Đúng rồi, con đứng ba đứa đây. Ba đứa đứng đây. Khi con để tay. Come here, Ben. Hey, don't be in their picture. Come on. Rồi, nước mặt nhìn nè.
Nè.
Dư một cánh rồi.
Rồi, Danh, Kim. Rồi, được rồi.
Một cánh rồi. Dư một cánh.
Rồi. Thấy ngôi sao rồi. Rồi, Kim nhìn, ba đứa nè. Sophia. Rồi, kể đi Kim. Kể đi, rồi, 1.
Nhìn đây, nhìn đây.
Rồi, Sophia.
Sophia nhìn mẹ nè. Cười đi, xin máy không? Đây, đẹp quá à nè. Cùng banh đây.
Đây một thích ăn coi.
Cho một ôi.
Nè.
Wow, what kind of fish is that? Yellow kìa. Wait, that thing, look, there's a smaller fish.
Which one? Can I see?
Small.
Đây là Kim. Đây.
You guys need to use the restroom or anything? No.
Đứng gì không đều vậy? Lấy ra đứng ở giữa đây nè. Rồi nè, Kim đứng đây. Đứng đi, thả tim, thả tim. Dạ, ok, thả
Kim
tim.
hạ tay xuống chút, hết thấy mặt con rồi. Wow.
Yeah, the ocean could be, but we got flippers. Chạy vô đồng á.
Thôi. Đàng hoàng nghe không?
động dắt.
Chia.
Ngoài ở biển ăn nè, ha, đẹp chưa?
Hồ trên núi, hồ trên núi.
Why my chicken keeps sleeping?
Yeah, push it in. Get that side first. Wow, cái cano chạy kìa. Cano chạy cũng tốn xăng dữ lắm.
Dữ lắm. Cái này dữ lắm.
Ha, để gọi cho bắp tan.
Nè. Rồi nè, hết ai rồi? Nè. Rồi ok. Rồi xong.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3.
Ủa gì kỳ vậy?
Để cho bé chụp đây đẹp nè.
Chụp cái gì ngộ vậy? Rồi nè. Mới đang quán. Nè con nhìn.
Cho bé chụp này đẹp nè. Chụp bé đẹp nè. Con chụp mẹ một tấm nha.
Rồi ok. Rất đẹp rồi.
Outside of the bow, the back of the bow, these white cushions lift up, and the white gusts are driven underneath, and they should be completely dry by now. Tried to make sure they were dry. We used them a few weeks ago. Usually everybody comes back. Well, we'll beach this thing on somebody's front lawn before we put those on.
Yeah.
It's cold, it's 58 degrees. Make sure they've got water ski as well.
Ổn rồi.
Great. Yeah, during the peak of summer, the lake got up to 78. It was really nice. There's like a lot of water skiing, wakeboarding, swimming. Yeah, it was almost 80 degrees. But the lake is really nice during the summer season. There's lots of swimming and fishing. All stuff takes place over here all year. Lake Arrowhead's neat lake's a little bit different than some of the neighboring lakes, like Big Bear Lake, Lake Gregory, Silverwood. Really, what makes this lake so nice is such the apart from the other lakes is the lake depth. Arrowhead's like much deeper than really all the other lakes here in Mount Airy. The average depth of this lake's around 3 feet. The Big Blue Water Tower is down east, and it's 185 feet.
Sophia, Oliva.
Yeah, so to give you like some perspective, like Big Blue, their max depth 68 feet, the average depth about 34 feet, so there's a lot more water here, which keeps the lake really clean and clear and blue. And this lake, it's a private lake, so really what that means, if you want to like use this lake for like swimming, fishing, paddleboarding, kayaking, all the fun stuff that comes to the lake, you need to be staying in a property located somewhere inside the Arrowhead Woods. And the Arrowhead Woods is like the boundary. It's like the area that makes up lake rights and lake access. Really what it is, there's 10,000 lots, there's 10,000 properties that surround the lakefront. And the boundary, the property boundary for those lots goes about a half a mile off the shoreline on the east end. On the west end, it goes almost 2 miles off. So you don't have to be like in one of these multi-million-dollar homes. You can be in a regular average house that's 2 miles off the lake. And you really have to save up lake rights and lake access. But if you come back up next summer and you like want to swim and fish, use the lake, make sure you book a home, like a condo, like the one here hotel, something inside that zone, inside the woods. And if you're staying in that zone, there's beach clubs, lake trails, there's different activities, different ways you can use the lake. And you gotta be staying in a property inside the Arrowhead Woods. If you're outside of it, you're like you're either out or you're the other. There's 2,800 boat docks that cover the shoreline. So there's like a ton of boat docks. So it's one of the busier lakes in North America. I'm pretty sure I've got 17 it's a busy lake when the fun is here in the winter time. You're almost yourself. There's nobody out here. This is the only lake in our local area that's open all 4 months of the year. It makes it too deep to freeze. So you can be out here boating and fishing all year long. You can be out here in a snowstorm if you want in January, taking a boat ride. Most people take them off over in the winter. If we get 3 feet of snow, it'll sink your boat, so you gotta be careful if you do it out there in the winter season. You don't want your boat going under. These are the Edgewater condos right here. There's 3 sets of condos built directly on the lakefront. The Edgewater condos, I think, might be like the nicest ones, and it's pretty amazing. These were built in the early 1980s. If you were lucky enough or like smart enough to have bought one of these from 1988 to 83, they were selling 2,500 square foot 3-bedroom lakefront condos right here for $42,000. So yeah, now that condo's 1.8 to 2.6 million. So it would have been really cool to buy one back in the early days. Yeah, my uncle actually bought one. My dad, he bought one right around the point with third room in. He bought it in 83. I think he paid $54,000 for a lakefront. He tried to get my dad to buy one too, but my dad bought a Harley instead. So we always tell him what a great investor he is. Awesome investment. We should still have a Harley. That'd be nice. You can have that. My mom always reminds me what a great investment that was. Yeah, this is Orchard Bay. This is Orchard Bay. This is apple orchard. This is back here. So way back in the basement, there's a small apple orchard. Those apple trees have been there since the 1890s for a long time. Yeah, we'll cross over Orchard Bay in this area up ahead. This is called the Palisades. We'll like make our way along the Palisades and we'll head up towards the dam. Lake Arrowhead's a man-made lake. Every lake up here, they're all man-made lakes. Our dam's down the east end, so we'll head towards the dam. Lucky enough to live lakefront, those guys automatically get a boat dock right in front of their house, and then all the surrounding neighboring docks sit in between. Those ones are sold off for families. Residents people live anywhere inside the woods, so you can live behind the village.
Muốn xài cái này là cái private lake. Muốn xài là mình phải ở khu này mình mới xài được cái này. Muốn vô swim hay là câu cá là phải ở trong đây. Mình muốn xài thì mình phải mướn mấy nhà này.
Out to the neighborhood, the area where the boat dock's located. They park, usually they park up on Highway 189, it's kind of right up behind these homes. And then they walk down these little easement access pathways down to these lake trails. Like this lady, she's walking like the lake trail. This one's the south trail. These are the lake trails are what interconnect all these boat docks throughout the lakefront. And this one's a pretty long one. It starts at the village by Bank of America. It goes if you are walking the lake trails. They use them all the time. And we had one last vacant lakefront lot left. The family bought the very last lot 2 years ago. So if you want to build your dream house on the lake these days, you got to find one of these older homes and remodel it. I think there's 6 remodels going right now. The big sand-colored house right here at the right side, that huge sand-colored house, it's got that multicolored slate roof. It has all those different roof lines and peaks. It goes from the lake trail way up to the highway up above. That's Sammy Hagar's home from Van Halen. He remodeled this like really, there's this really tiny 1,100 square foot lake house that used to be there. He remodeled it to this 8,800 square foot lake property. Yeah, his Cabo Wabo tequila company paid off. He built a palace. Actually, his sister's been living in the upgrade above the garage for the past 4 years. He can't get her out of there. She's going to stay forever. I probably would too. I don't know. That's pretty nice. Here right now, they started painting it. This one was built in 1944. That's an old one. That's Michelle Kwan's home. She's an Olympic figure skater. She's like a multi-time world champion. She grew up here, kind of. She trained at the training center over in Blue Jay for many years. She went to a local school she attended. She was at the Ice Castle Center training for Olympic medals. Yeah, we used to have a training center in the town of Blue Jay. It was the Ice Castle Center. We're just about 5,200 feet above sea level. So training in the air and the altitude, it's a big advantage. Michelle Kwan, she made the most of it. She was doing so well at such a young age. Believe it or not, she bought this house right here on her own at the age of 16. And this makes me feel great about myself every day. I just have her car. She got the best view on the whole lake. Just like a full lake view, which is pretty hard to find. Her parents were pretty smart about having her investor money into that house at a young age. Her dad's like the only one who uses it now. He's up here like every weekend. He bought it for himself, but he's up here all the time. They just rebuilt their boat dock too. And then this little white house around the point, you'll see it's got this like little dockhouse, white dockhouse down below. That little dockhouse belongs to the White House up above it, which has the black, you see the paddles, the oars up on the gangplank. This is the oldest property of the entire lake. The oldest home on Lake Arrowhead. It was built in 1928. This was Shirley Temple Blackstone. This is a historic home. This was Shirley Temple's house. This was like it's in a historic home, so it's going to maintain its 1930s look really forever. Because it's a historic property. Looking at the homeowners, it looks like it could be like a new house, and they kept it up so nice. It's all original too. The dockhouse, the main home, like the railing, they've kept everything original, which is pretty neat. Their little boat dockhouse is so nice. You can spend like a weekend in that thing. It's like a little baby home. I'd just be happy staying in that. But yeah, but the house one door left to the white one, you guys just missed this when it just sold. You got 3.7 million. You got these guys 168 stairs to their boat dock. So for just under 4 million, they're gonna be in great shape. Like their pocketbook and their waist size all next summer. If you forget something, you're like, Mom, that's you little kids. You took kids to go get my boat keys, whatever you forgot. Send them up to get it. And then this little building right here, there's like a yellow crane, and you'll see these 3 pipes that go into the lake. That's the pump house building. That's where they extract the day use water. So the lake water is the tap water for the locals. If you're in any of the properties that line inside the Arrowhead Woods or within lake rights, your tap water, your daily use water, they pull it from the lake and they get it from the pump house right here. So the pipes are down 170 feet. The water is your water comes from the aqueduct. You get city water, like the rest of us, but the lake owners get the actual lake water. And it's not Arrowhead mountain spring water. Don't feel about it. Don't drink it. A lot of at the grocery store does not come from the lake. That comes from a town called Running Springs, which is 7 miles up. They have a natural spring where they harvest the drinking water. This lake, we don't have anything like that. Anything that fills it year round. We're completely dependent on snowpack. We need like Mother Nature to bless us with the winter. The only way Lake Stays full is if we get some snowpack. Most of the dock owners too, but a lot of them spend their whole summer out here, so they build these fancy little dock structures. You see these dock houses. Some of them are really nice. They're like all these amazing home. We'll head down towards Emerald Bay in the corner. That's like a beautiful spot. And then the dam. You'll see the dam at the end, like right here. You see like the Saginaw Highway. That's the Arrowhead Dam. It's also Highway 173. So if you drive around like your car, you can drive right over the top of the dam. It's an earth rock filled dam. There's always like bald eagles back here. There's probably like 6 bald eagles that stay up here all summer. I saw them this morning. We'll keep an eye out. They sit back here in Emerald Bay at the very top. It's hard to tell. It's way out there in the distance. Somebody who has better eyesight than me. You can probably see it. They sit on those trees like all the time. But yeah, big steel building. This is the only marina. This is the only marina. Like that's a boat locker on a boat dock. It holds 180 boats in there. They pack them in there tight like sardines. They use a crane system to pull them off the lake. And they put them in these boat stalls. Prior to the pandemic, it was like an 8-month wait to put your boat in there. Now it's a 6-year wait. That's how many people have found this area. It's amazing. Everybody wants their boat in the valet building. So if you want to get your boat in there, you gotta get on the list and wait it out, which is a crazy amount of time. I've never heard of it. Such a long wait. And you can fish anywhere on this lake except the village. The village is the only place you can't fish. You can fish, this Peninsula Park right here is like a fishing dock. You can throw your line into your take your lake trout. You can fish off the dam. There's Van Nuys Point. There's different areas you can fish all over the lake except the village. And they stock this lake with 35,000 pounds of trout every spring. If you can't catch fish here, you should give up. You should stop fishing. Yeah, you have no business fishing if you can't catch fish in Arrowhead. You can almost reach it and grab one with your hand. Yeah, it's really a trout lake. They only stock lake trout, but there's bass, crappie, bluegill, catfish, carp. There's some koi fish that came from somebody's pond. Fish they've been cruising out for like 10 years. They've been in the lake. There's some turtles, but they only stock trout. They always do rainbow trout every year. This year they broke it up. They did 10,000 pounds of lightning trout, the albino trout. So you see like a bright, like a yellow trout, like a glowing trout. Those are lightning trout or albino trout. This big property too on the hillside, this place was a rehab center for 12 years. Operated as like a business. It was a rehabilitation center. They closed up a year and a half ago. Like 8 months ago, a family bought it. Now it's a weekend cabin. So they got $1 million here for that one too. I talked to the homeowner at the marina like 3 weeks ago. He told me there's a padded room in there. He's gonna leave it for his kids. When they act up, he's gonna put them in the padded room. Like, you got it all figured out. Yeah, they have a heated driveway too. I'm always shoveling snow about here. Their driveway's heated, but nobody's home. It's very nice to drive. Nice thing to have. This is the Marina Beach too, which is pretty nice. There's like a big little beach here. There's like kind of like a lot of info in this area. Once we get out of the zone, we'll overload you info the whole way around. So once we get to the northwest end up here, because it's like not boat docks everywhere here. There's much more open lakefront land. Anywhere on the lake where you see one dock in front of each home, these are private gated areas. So 30% of the lake's private gated. The other 70% look like the Palisades, like covered docks with trails behind it. Obviously the most amazing homes in the lake are built in these private gate areas. Some beautiful houses in there. The one on Arrowhead Point straight ahead is like one of the nicest spots in the lake. That's amazing property. That's Glenn Keene's home. He's a Disney, he's an animist for Walt Disney Studios. He owns this whole thing like 2 acres. He's got both sides. He's got one of the nicest lots. Winter Harbor's neat too. Winter Harbor. This guy's got like a studio apartment in his boat dock house. That's his little dock house. It's like an apartment. You like live in that thing. It's huge. He's got his double doors. Took full advantage of the boat dock house. He built a deck off of it. It looks like you can live in that thing. The house, like way up in front of the boat too, kind of up on the hillside here. It's got like a big glass feature on the front of it. Kind of in the shadow right now. It's up here. It's like an old looking home. That was Walter O'Malley's home. He's the original owner of the Dodgers. He moved the Dodgers out west in '57. He built this beautiful, like 6,200 square foot vacation retreat in 1961. It was supposed to be a weekend retreat for O'Malley. He lived up here so much. He was almost a full timer for 8 years. Been up here. He sold the Dodgers in '79. This place sold in '81. So that place is really neat. It's pretty amazing. And then, like I said, Glenn Keene's home on the point here. Not many families have this type of lake lot. We've all seen like a bunch of Glenn Keene's projects. You don't realize that you've seen him. He's done the animation for like the original Pete's Dragon, The Lion King, Cars, Frozen, Aladdin, Toy Story, Tarzan, Pocahontas, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, John after his wife. He did a deer basketball with Kobe, an Oscar for deer basketball. He's got he's got this 9,200 square foot weekend retreat. That's his cabin. The water's crystal clear too off like the point. It's like one of the spots on the lake you can snorkel out. You see 25 feet down the bottom of the lake up here. It's like crystal clear. You got some of the nicest water on the whole lake. There's not too many spots where you can see up close to 30 feet down. Right here you can. But yeah, he's got, I mean, the sheltered cove side's like even nicer. I know like right here, you can see like straight to the bottom over here. The sheltered cove area is even nicer. It's this big forested piece of land back here that's undeveloped. That's the Doheny family property of Doheny Beach. They've got the biggest single family lake lot. They own 6 acres back here. They have a full acre of lakefront. So yeah, they've got the last, this is really like the last piece of the lake that's not developed in the Doheny lot. They have all this kind of bare land back here. Mr. Doheny was pretty wise. He was an oil and gas baron. He bought this property 92 years ago and the family still owns it. We call it Happy Landing, but yeah, this is like a, they have little vintage boathouses back in the bay up here. It's pretty neat. It's tucked back in there from the 50s. The lot starts that retaining wall, goes all the way around this point to the next bay. Yeah, but the boathouse is really cool too. You'll see it up ahead just in a second. Sounds pretty intense. Their neighbor's Mark Harmon. Mark Harmon was right next door. He was like an NCIS actor for years. He was a UCLA quarterback. He's got the house right next door to him. The old Warner Brothers family home is way back in the corner, right under the sun. You'll see this long pathway that takes you to this White House way back there. That's the Warner Brothers family home. And then up ahead right here, Eagle Point Estates, this is our low-income housing, Section 8. Just kidding, that one's all the other here. I got a Gator house on the point, the Close family home, looks like Return of the Jedi. He was a carpenter, he built in this village. He's got some ice castle center where the Olympic athletes train. That glass circular room on the end of the house, that's the master shower jacuzzi room. Walter was apparently pretty confident with the glass shower, like it was pretty good. We have the new undercover blinds though. But this family from San Diego, and they bought this place last July for $8.6 million. Yeah, and then 2 months after they bought it, you see the retaining wall up here came crashing down. So the home inspector did a great job. It was just like thrilled with him. Wait for the legs come down to try to patch it on the same project. Yeah, it just came down one day, it just fell down. They called up the inspector like, good job, man.
860 triệu, 800.
Yeah, it looks like Return of the Jedi. Lights on night is too strange. If you look on like Zillow, like you can still find this home. It's pretty weird. If you look on like some of the pictures of it, it's like a cruise ship from the inside. Pretty odd. But yeah, there's the big water tower that's out here. This is why the lake was built. So like way back in 1890, they decided to create this lake. The plan from the beginning was they wanted to like hold water here. They wanted to sell the water to the citrus farms down the Inland Empire. They planned on transporting the water through 60 miles of concrete tunnels that would connect this 240-foot tall concrete water tower. So they built this in 1908. This was the tallest concrete tower in the world when it was built. It goes to the bottom of the lake and actually right through the Doheny property, like straight up the Doheny lot. It's still like right now to this day, if you go up 15 yards off Doheny Point, there's a doorway, there's an elevator shaft. You can take the elevator down 200 feet below the lake and you can make your way out to the tower. They do tunnel tours. It's not super fun. It's like cold and dark and wet. If you go to YouTube and just look up Under Lake Arrowhead, it's the same thing. A little bit easier. But this point's a landmark for us. It's our emergency drain out for the lake back here in North Bay.
Kêu không có chờ. Không có chờ, không có chờ. Thank you guys.